Sometimes people ask me questions about their twin flame. And some people don't believe in twin flames, but the bottom line is a twin flame is kind of like a soulmate. Except for a twin flame is like, the ultimate soulmate, the person who you're supposed to have the best relationship with out of all your soulmates. Some people believe your twin flame is somebody you meet in your last incarnation. People who believe in reincarnation theory, they say that your twin flame is the person that you meet in your last life. And it's the best relationship you've ever had. It's often difficult in the beginning because it's very intense. Sometimes one person is running away from the relationship while the other person is running towards the relationship. It's a lot of different things you can read about twin flames. But I saw a list the other day that I thought was really cool because it told us how to know if you've met them. Some people have met their twin flame and may not be aware. So I thought it would be cool to talk about this list. So first thing I'm going to do is do our introduction, and then we're going to go over the list. My name is QueenAusetHeru, and thank you for joining me for another wonderful edition of Ask an Aquarius. If you haven't already, please hit the red subscribe button and smack the bell. Also, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and pass it on to anybody else who might like it too. Please drop us a positive comment in the comment section. And if you want to get a reading done, please hit me up on social media or email me. Underneath this video is all my information. All right. Also underneath this video is the link to my favorite mug. Remember, I partner with AscensionLife brand to do the sip of the day. So I'm going to take a sip, and you're going to guess in the comment section what is in my cup. And the person who guessed the most times in the month of February will get a free gift from me. Okay, so let me know what you think. All right, here we go. We got 10 signs. Ooh, my hair is really getting long. We have 10 signs that you have met your twin flame. Number 1. You will feel each other's energy even before meeting. Okay, so like before you meet them, you have this feeling that something is going to happen. Something good is going to happen, or something is off, or you feel a ringing in your ears or something like that. Your senses are telling you something's about to happen. You will fight against all odds to be with each other. So no matter what the situation is, y'all going to find a way. You know what? That reminds me of something. The other day, I was reading something. I can't remember where it was now. And this woman met this guy. Now this woman, I don't know what the situation was, but she met this guy and she swam. Okay? She swam to see him. Apparently they lived a certain distance from each other, and there was a large body of water between them, and this woman literally swam to him. And I was just like, wow. I was just like, wow. Okay, now talk about do anything, fight any odds, to be with each other. Or like when you think about Romeo and Juliet, they both came from two warring families and they fell in love with each other. Now mind you, there's a lot of problems with the story, but the point is that they were from two warring families and against all odds fell in love anyway. So if you have something like that going on, that you're probably with your twin flame. You will love each other's quirkiness as much as the virtues. So that makes sense to me. Okay. All right. Your connection will be transcendental, expansive, and divine. That's some big words, baby. So it's expansive. It transcends everything you've ever had. It keeps on getting bigger and more awesome, And on top of it, it has a divine nature to it. There's a actual soul to the relationship. Beautiful. You will give in to the strong attraction towards each other. So there's going to be a strong attraction that you find yourself wanting to give into. The relationship will have ups and downs, but it will be fulfilling. See, I think that's the important part. A lot of relationships have ups and downs, but is it a fulfilling one? And a lot of them no. So that's a big sign if it's fulfilling. Your union is predestined. Your union is predestined for the greater good of mankind. So maybe you guys come together to do something for the greater good. Like you come together, like for instance, Aquarius are humanitarians. So maybe you get with another humanitarian and you open up a business that, caters to people. Like for instance, you open up a restaurant and you give certain amount of your proceeds to people who are in need, or you open up a nonprofit or something like that. So that's really awesome. The relationship will develop fast and will get intense rapidly. Now, a relationship that develops fast and gets intense, that could be a twin flame. It also could be a trauma bond. It also could be a narcissist who is love bombing you. So you got to be kind of careful with that one to see exactly what it is. But if it's developing fast and gets very intense and is healthy, you feel safe in it, they're not trying to harm you or take from you or persuade you or trick you or something like that, then I can see that. Because I don't think there's anything wrong with a relationship that develops fast. I just know from statistics that 31% of them are the only ones that last. So that's the thing about it. So I would say, okay, those 31%, maybe those are twin flames. That would make sense. No matter how many times you part ways, you'll meet again. So maybe you met each other and moved away, or you met each other and something went wrong, who knows. But you'll keep on meeting each other again. And a lot of times by accident. The romance will feel like a divine bliss from the heavens. So even though you have ups and downs, it still feels blissful. It still feels happy. It still feels good to you. So that is how you know. If you have any of those 10, I would say not even just one of them, but if you have like most of them, then you may have met your twin flame. I really do believe that most people who tell me they've met their twin flame haven't. A lot of people tell me, and then when they start telling me the story, I'm very like, that's not a twin flame, because it's not a fulfilling relationship. It's not a happy relationship. It's not a blissful relationship. If you're being abused by your partner, that's not your twin flame. That's just a trauma bond, or could be even a soulmate, because sometimes soulmates are bad relationships, because a soulmate is a life lesson or a life partner. But remember, a twin flame is like the ultimate soulmate, and you're not going to have that abuse or that toxicity from that person. And if you do, that's not your twin flame. So oftentimes people will come to me and say, oh, Queen, I've manifested my twin flame. And I'll be like, oh, that's awesome. And then they'll start telling me about the person, and I'm like, that can't be your twin flame. The universe is not that cruel. The universe would not put you with a person who's sleeping with your sister. They would not put you with a person who's been taking from you or treating you badly or something like that. That's not your twin flame. Not only the universe, also there's a belief that you choose each other. So why would you choose a person who abuses you? That doesn't make sense. So to me, it's like a lot of times people think, they're delusional. I'm telling you, I've had some really delusional people tell me things like, well, he beats me, but he's my twin flame. And I'm like, ooh. Like, no, absolutely not. So sometimes people will think that, and I don't know if it's just because they're wishful thinking or what, but nah, according to all the things that I've read, and I've read a lot of things about twin flames, it is never somebody who's harmful. It could be somebody, remember they talked about like the energy, I talked about the runner and the chaser. That could happen. Sometimes when you meet a twin flame, one person is running from the relationship and one person is chasing the other person to be in the relationship. That does happen. But if it's in a toxic way, then no. That means they're just like, they've met you and then they ghosted you, or they met you, y'all been going together for a while, and they start pulling back, stuff like that. And where that might be very painful for you, it's not like they're purposely inflicting pain on you or being, like I said, abusive or toxic in those ways. So You got to be really careful with this language and looking at it. A twin flame should be a healthy relationship. If the relationship is healthy, then cool. If it's not, that's not your twin flame. That's some other, karmic relationship, for example, but it's not your twin flame. Your twin flame should be happy, blissful. Y'all should more than likely be in some type of a long-term commitment if possible. There's a lot of things that go along with it, but it would never be somebody who's harming you, especially harming you on purpose. All right, guys, you come back soon because I have a lot more to say. See you later.